realised I could be quite frustrated with you. I'm with Classic Physique Pro, one of the newest pros in the UK, Ryan Turner.
Clear intention times efficient action equals inevitable progress. So as long as I'm clear on what the fuck I want, what I want to do, who I want to be, how I want to act, then I know what efficient actions I need to take, and then everything's going to take care of itself. It's inevitable that progress is going to be made.
How did you get into bodybuilding?
Girls saying, oh, I wish my legs were skinny like yours. And
Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. Another episode of the Pro Series with me, Josh Maley, the series where I train with a professional athlete, delve into their mindset, and today I was joined by Classic Physique Pro, Ryan Turner. Only got his pro card this year, hasn't had his pro debut yet, but it's fantastic to get in with him. We trained a full body session, which was extremely interesting and demanding, and several things struck me about Ryan. First of all, his intensity, his thought process behind training, very analytical, and a lot to be kind of inspired by there. But more so than that, I didn't know a lot about Ryan leading into this, if I'm honest. Sitting down with him, so much more to him than I realised, and a fantastic interview. So stay tuned, enjoy the episode, like, comment, subscribe, let's get into it.
I can't decide whether to just take 3/4 reps on all my reps and not bother with a lockout, save my tries for my dip.
I find I don't know, it's just like you said, that standardising things then.
Yeah, you kind of know.
You can start to get a little bit, especially as you get through the rotation, like a little bit more loose with things potentially. Touch or at least
definitely.
Like a full rep's a full rep.
Yeah, and for me, like I've just completely lost my left pec then at that point. I got one big left front delt and one big right pec, and it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Not what I'm trying to go for anyway.
Yeah.
So that's me done on that.
Oh, that's perfect.
One set, I seem to be recovering every other day.
Yeah.
Obviously got the crossover with my pec deck, my tricep compound. So,
how did you get into bodybuilding? Let's start. You know, we'll make a little bit of a synopsis.
Yeah.
But like, what attracted you to the sport, and where did it all start?
I'll try and keep it brief. Dad always had like good peaking biceps.
Right.
So I had a role model around there. Dad wasn't like fat, out of shape, lazy. Used to get us doing like pull-ups on the stairs, press-ups. He'd have us standing on his hands. He'd be doing press-ups. So we were exposed to that from young.
Oh, wicked.
He could do like handstand press-ups on the pool rails and stuff.
Yeah.
And
Oh wow.
so he was always active, and then I think, how can you not get into it? You'd want to fuck around. I remember going into a garage and seeing some weights when I was like 10 and just wanting to lift them. And then around 12, my brother turned 16. He started going gym with my dad. I was like, fuck, I want to go, but I couldn't. Then I had friends that were older than me. When I was 14, they were 16. They started going gym. Friends were all bigger than me. Girls saying, oh, I wish my legs were skinny like yours, and it's just like everything sort of, it's just like, fuck this. Yeah. Everything sort of drives you towards it. So I think it would have been harder not to.
So in that environment with
you're
with
exposed
your dad
to it, and
so involved.
It's just a natural progression from there, and then you mess around with stuff. You always do press ups. You see a bar, you play around with it, you see if you beat your mate, and but I was never really got into it properly till 16, I started doing some more bits at home. It was always like BMXing out, climbing trees, doing backflips, climbing up buildings and shit. So I was always fucking around. I'll swear on this.
Yeah, of course, mate. Talk about
I'm pretty trash, so my vocabulary might be a bit
we're all
crap,
good.
and I might just curse my way through it. But
that's fine. Sam will clip it up, so we'll just be a montage of you swearing.
That sounds entertaining. Then I think 18, I hadn't seen my brother for about a year.
Right.
And suddenly he got big.
Right.
And I was like, fuck this.
Suddenly got leveled up.
And then he got me a job as a lifeguard, said do this PT course, which wasn't great, but it teaches you anatomy, it gets you, it showed me that and my driving lesson showed me that, because I was never really interested in school, but I scraped by with common sense.
Yeah.
And then you sort of like, you apply yourself to something, you're like, if I put effort in here, I can actually get
a return.
Return from it. Very early on had a good sort of, some good influences around me. The gym manager was pretty, like, just little things like less is more, and stop your dumbbell flies here because it loses, little things that you wouldn't really expect from your gym manager when you get a job as a lifeguard in Virgin Active. That enabled me to like really focus on that, and then from there it was just it was that. It'd be a case of just keep adding more weight till I hit a 5 that feels safe, and then try and progress that from there.
Is that, obviously that's like fairly low reps, is that where like initially you're trying to target a lot of things around that 5 mark to build the reps rather than the weight for a certain point?
I'm just not to waste energy on reps that don't do anything.
Okay.
But if those reps are needed for it to feel safe, so like I said, that incline press, I don't feel safe doing a 4 or 5.
Right.
It needs to be more like a 6, 7, 8.
Yeah.
Some days I might need a 10 to feel safe. But if I can take a 5 and like, the reps that slow down a little bit. If my first rep can be like that, and then they're all
effective reps,
pretty much, that's
okay,
what
cool,
call it, isn't it? And then build those up to 10s, and then over like a 6-week block, then my joints are probably going to say fuck off, and but they'll be in 12 to 15 rep range by that point. And hopefully I can work with them for a bit, and then when I'm feeling like that's a bit fluffy again, pull it back down to 5. And sort of periodise it like that based on how I feel. That tends to be what I do.
Intuitive periodisation.
And with that, I'll probably spread everything back out, so move back to upper lower or push-pull legs, and start to add a second and a third set or rest pause things again, and start to, then I've taken that weight from like a 5 repper to a 10, and then I've started, when it's a 10 to a 12, it's safe enough for me to rest pause for like a 3-point rest pause with a 20 rep total. So, and I've bullied that 5 to essentially a 20 reps over 12 weeks. I should hopefully be big then.
You're not going to
If not, I'm doing something wrong, I guess.
Good genetic anomaly. Through. And again, come on, this one. Yes! Oh yeah. Another 20 on next week. In terms of like the bodybuilding side of things, obviously you're training, you're enjoying that, you're learning. When was your first show?
So I was exposed to the guys around me were competing from day one.
Right.
It was always like, and bodybuilding.com was the place. So you got a profile on there, and you're tracking your measurements and your pictures and stuff, and Steve Cook was he wasn't doing bodybuilding obviously, but he looked ace, and he was the bodybuilding spokesmodel that year. And one of the lads said to me, "I'll find someone that is sort of similar structure, same height, and like shoot for that." And like I said, some good influences around me, and I showed him Steve Cook, and he's like, "You can do better than that, you know." And it's like, "Oh, cool." Well, he's 200 pounds, same height. I was 19, 18, and I was like, by 23, last year as a junior, I'd be 200 pound on stage. So 23, junior, 200 pound on stage.
So that was that the first time?
That was the first time.
And what show was that?
That was the East of England UKBFF.
Okay, cool.
Obviously juniors, got a British invite, came third in my class, a class out of 4, so I lost.
At the first show or the finals?
First show, I didn't go finals.
Okay.
Aziz the Beast was won the year before, and he was there again.
Okay.
I bumped into Rob Taylor in Five Guys because his brother Matthew competed at the same show that year. We were tanning at the same time, and he saw me in Five Guys, and he's like, "Oh, you look good. You just need someone to," because I just prepped myself for that. And he was like, he basically just offering me some help, trying to get a client essentially. It was appreciated anyway, kind words, and I was just like straight up like, yeah, it's very kind, but I know who you're prepping for that show, and I ain't going to that.
I'm not there.
There's no point for, like, it's not fun for me. I came third at that. My condition was good, but the other lads had more experience, way more stage presence. I was like kind of out of body at that show, like watching myself, a little bit nervous,
fumbling around a bit.
No, actually, scared of falling over, but like I thought I'd have a wobble, but I've never seemed to have that problem.
Okay.
Posing was good. I got told not to hit certain poses, but I was like really inspired by classic body, like golden era type stuff. So I was like hitting Arnold side chests and stuff. UKBFF apparently didn't like that much. They wanted you to do textbook, red trunks and all that sort of stuff. So that was the first show. And then after that, got coached by Jordan Peters for a while. Because I was eating like 5,000 calories, maintaining weight, active job as a carpenter. And I thought, fucking hell, have I got worms or something? I was actually scared to eat more because I thought, is this normal? Like, I didn't know anyone else that was having to push food that much. And he showed me, and almost like, we ran food up to like 8,000 calories, running like an upper-lower split, 4 days a week, so less training, lower volume, higher food, and pushed me to a new body weight, a new peak strength, and that really taught me like what I needed to sort of grow.
So is that the goal then, something in 26?
So this was a question I get before, as an amateur as well, before this year's season. When you're going to compete, it's just when it's ready.
Okay.
When I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah. Right. So going back to when I'm not sheepish in the front relaxed, ideally. That's the first shot. I need to be able to draw attention with that shot. And right now it sucks. Like it's shit. I don't like it at all. I can't stand confidently in it.
Is that anything to do with, like, I know for me, like, I never even used to like really pose off season because I just hated the way I looked.
Yeah. So I've looked at a lot of different variations.
Like at what point, I suppose, do you, as you're pushing up, getting bigger, getting stronger, at what point do you then look and, you know, like I said, there's always going to be a little bit of extra softness, so it can be sometimes harder to see how that would legitimately look.
Oh yeah, so it'll be the same way the last 2 preps came about, really.
Okay.
It's like, okay, it's time to tidy up.
Right.
And then you get
then
to a certain point of the tidy up where it'd be unproductive to go further unless it's a prep.
Yeah. Right.
And then it's like, is this a prep? Am I standing there in that front relaxed and going, yeah?
Okay.
And if I'm not, then no.
Okay.
Because I'm not excited about it otherwise. It's just like, oh yeah, I'll go give it a go. And I don't want that. I want it to be like, yeah, I want to stand there and go, there's my front relaxed.
It's really interesting talking to you because you've got quite a different approach to a lot of the guys I've spoken to, and probably to myself as well, in terms of it's a very organic process for you. Like, you know, you're not kind of setting timelines per se, you know, and across everything all the way through. Like, you know, life took you away from bodybuilding, you came back to it, you kind of did it at your own pace, you appreciate you weren't giving yourself the best, you improved, you got the card. I mean, realistically, like, you know, in terms of the word kind of potential, and I suppose how much you've invested into it, like for me, like, I could be quite frustrated with you because
I can understand that, because that was like my first ever pro qual.
Yeah, like I started at 2010 was my first show, and while the pro qual was not, you know, anything to be even considered, I can hand on heart say that from that point, pretty much all the way through my career, I only missed food if I was ill.
Yeah.
I had X amount of kind of downtime.
Yeah.
Whereas it sounds like for you, you've only really kind of locked into
me,
that.
There's never food missed.
Yeah. Okay.
In terms of like growing.
Yeah.
I don't miss a beat. There's not a meal. There's not.
So when you say that,
not miss, like maybe like, there's always something you can improve on, like sleep and stress management and stuff like that. But like as far as like trying to progress my lifts go, like I'm pretty obsessed with it, and if I don't control the other shit, like I'm not gonna have a fucking good time, and then I don't have a good life. But it's more when it comes to dieting, I'm inexperienced.
Okay.
So I just know that reflecting back, it's like, you could have done better there, man. Right. Or so, maybe you've like sought out comfort in something during a hard time, or you've gone and like smoked a shitload of weed or something during this phase, or and there's areas that you like, yeah, could have been better, but like better for me is kind of like not even it's probably maybe not that healthy, but this is what we do. It's almost like the standard I'd hold myself to is like not thinking about anything else ever. Quite there, and I like people coming down and like destroying my numbers. Humbles me.
Set a new target.
Makes me cry a little bit, and it stays on my mind for a while. I'm a bit off my best, but I was like super watery and on quite a lot of drugs and very aggressive around that time. I had some stuff, some demons to drive me or to run from.
It's a good and a bad thing.
Oh, it fucking, yeah, it works.
Good. Yeah. So we're going to wrap this up with one final question I ask all my guests.
Yeah.
And that is, and this can be referred to in life, this can be as spiritual, holistic, as hippie as you like, or bodybuilding, but what does success mean to you?
Just liking who you are,
Okay.
I think.
Yeah.
I think if, just not being fed up with like who you are. Like if it makes me think of I can't remember where I heard it, a quote. If a man's right, his world will be right.
Okay.
So basically, when I'm a dick, I'm not very happy with myself and how I'm acting, and I don't really like myself that much, and maybe my thoughts are really shit. But as long as I'm happy with who I am and how I'm acting, and I'm backing my words up with my actions, and I'm calling myself out. It's not about being perfect, but it's like fucking strive for it in this anyway. If your goals are to be the best, you should be fucking striving for that. And I could, like I said, I could easily sit here and go, yeah, I nailed everything. I'd be doing myself a disservice there. And as long as it's always going to change.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean I love that answer because I've not had it, and it's so fucking simple. And I think if a lot of people focused on that, just liking yourself, people would be a lot happier.
Yeah.
And almost as a byproduct of that, like a happy person is much more likely to be a successful person. And that's, it's almost like a kind of a circle there, like a positive circle. But also more so than that, like all through this interview, there has been an overriding tone of not self-loathing, that's a bit extreme, but like you've mentioned so many times frequently, like that you haven't been happy with who you are at various points.
You gotta pull yourself out of shit.
Yeah, and like there have been things that you wanted to work on and you've not liked the person you were, you've not liked the way you're acting. So then to have that as your metric of success, I think is extremely applicable for a start.
Yeah.
And I think everything else will definitely align if you just keep working on that.
Yeah, it keeps it simple. I've actually got it on a t-shirt. This is, I like to put shit down on a t-shirt. I made this in that prep in 2014.
Right.
Before I started, I was a cunt after this as well. It's just something to learn from. If you can't acknowledge that shit, you're not going to get better. And I wouldn't want other people to accept me for less than I could be. So if I don't want to accept myself for less than I could be, that sounds like something I'm going to regret. And the regret should guide you, really. But this kind of sums. I like to keep it simple, as much as this is sounds maybe a little bit deep and overthought, but it's clear intention times efficient action equals inevitable progress. So as long as I'm clear on what the fuck I want, what I want to do, who I want to be, how I want to act, then I know what efficient actions I need to take, and then everything's going to take care of itself. It's inevitable that progress is going to be made.
I agree.
Just the same as with lifting in here. If I nail my sleep, my hydration, my stress management, everything else, then those lifts should progress. If they don't, then there's just something I need to adjust.
Something wrong, or you haven't nailed everything. No, that's great. And for me, that's what bodybuilding is. It is very simple. It is putting your all into something. Bodybuilding, in our case, and when you give something your all, progress will happen. Now, what level you'll achieve within bodybuilding is going to be very individually dependent, but it'll happen. So, obviously your effort and your intent has led you this far. And I'm excited to see where the future goes, mate.
I appreciate it.
Nice.
But the success thing is just to wrap that up. It is always going to change, and I think if you're married to it too much, it's going to fuck you up.
Yeah, yeah.
Like the success for me in that round business was, oh, I'm having an impact here. Like it was respected in this in the skating community in the UK. That company was doing really well. It was doing some cool things, and I was really proud of that. And I was really excited. People, when I say proud, if you asked me, like, are you proud of what you did at the time, it would have been like, no, not really. Like I can do better. But if I was so fixed on what success meant to me in that moment, and I didn't flow, Alan Watts says something like, I can't quote it, I'll butcher it, but basically like trying to swim upstream, rather than just flow with things. So just flowing with that and allowing the definition of success to change the same way I would go, how did that set feel? Do I need to go higher reps today, lower reps? How's my digestion feel? Should I push food today? Should I do this? Like success for me will keep changing. Right now it's, can I do better and feel fulfilled in myself? In a few years when I'm done with this,
of course, I know
I'll want to chill a bit more.
Yeah, like my metrics have certainly changed, I get that. But if you were still tied to like, this lift must progress and body weight must go up, and like, you'd be pretty fucking miserable now, because it's time to pivot and go with a different direction and flow with that. So no, mate, honestly, thank you so much. That was really insightful. Like I said before this, I didn't know a whole lot about you. I know a lot more now. Got a hell of a lot of respect for just your honesty, your appreciation that, you know, you want to get better, you can be better, and you are getting better. And also just hearing kind of the things you've achieved already in and outside of the gym. So honestly, buddy, thank you so much.
That's been good.
Wish you all the best for the future. And maybe in a year or two we'll sit down again. And
for sure. If you're local, so if you ever want to come train,
appreciate that. You can see what your definition of success is then and how it's changed. But no, that was awesome, man. Thank you so much.
Cheers, mate.
Legend.